The Curiosity rover carries a small telescope that can provide close up views of places it will never reach. Recently, its color camera viewed distant layered rocks that look interesting, but through its telescope, they're truly anomalous. On this episode of Mars Guy, Curiosity is still roving through terrain that looks like giant spider webs in orbital views, which I reported in episode 216. It's closing in on what might be the largest version of these strange landforms. At the beginning of June, it was investigating smaller ones, but also taking time to document the surrounding landscape, including a ridge several hundred meters to the southeast. Here's a mosaic of images captured by Mastcam and beautifully rendered by Neville Thompson, showing a feature the team dubbed Misha Mokwa after a trail in the Santa Monica Mountains near LA. Here's Mars Guy for scale, standing next to a boulder that's actually visible from orbit in the high-rise camera view, which is how I estimated the size. This scene is especially dramatic thanks to the early morning light, casting west-facing slopes in deep shadows. It's rare for the rover to wake up this early because of the extra power needed for heating, but this was part of an illumination experiment with the same scene imaged at 3 different times of day. The morning light really highlights the scoured look of the outcrops that form the ridge. It looks like they've been sandblasted by winds from the east, creating a fluted appearance. This lighting also creates dramatic shadows among the heavily eroded rocks of the so-called Yardang unit, which were deposited at the very top of the mountain in Gale Crater. These rocks are a long-term target of exploration by Curiosity. Much closer to its current position are some layered rocks toward the base of Misha Mokwa. They're yet another good example of the range of sedimentary rocks that Curiosity has encountered over the many years it's been climbing Mount Sharp. Their clear, layered expression made for a worthy close-up view that's possible with the telescope of the ChemCam instrument. And this is when things got weird. This mosaic of 10 individual frames was once again beautifully rendered by Neville Thompson. It reveals that in addition to the layers, the rocks here are also covered in a honeycomb pattern that was too small to see with Mastcam. I can't say I've ever seen rocks quite like this before on Mars or Earth. This one provides an especially good look, showing that the pattern occurs across the top and down the side of the rock. On Earth, you can find rocks with somewhat similar patterns that are referred to as taphony or honeycomb weathering. They come in a wide range of shapes and sizes and are thought to form in several different ways. All are considered secondary features, meaning that the rock, usually a granular one, forms first and then sometime later is eroded in a way that produces the pattern. It's that erosional process that has multiple possible pathways. It's commonly attributed to salt weathering involving cycles of wetting and drying. It's even recognized on old buildings where it's generally referred to as salt weathering, like this one on the Maltese island of Gozo. But the ones on Mars appear to have a more regular and even angular pattern. This may be misleading, though, due in part to the distance we're seeing these rocks from and the resulting lower resolution. Still, the idea of salt weathering on Mars seems reasonable. There's solid evidence for standing water in Gale Crater, even a lake that may have filled it. See episode 109 for an example. So maybe some rocks here experienced wetting and drying cycles that led to salt weathering. But until Curiosity encounters additional examples, these enigmatic rocks will remain an anomaly.